Yeah, I know.
Yay!
I know. It's good to how will I say, if I look at where we started from, right? Now to come together to this success story, honestly. Sometimes I ask you, I say, Tolu, touch me. Is this happening? Is this really happening? Is this really happening? Right. So we're really so glad and happy. Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm so glad. All right. Let's just make this formal for posterity for the next students that are going to see this and be inspired.
Okay, sure. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay.
So we're here to celebrate Tolu. My name is Dr. Faith Akpator. I am the creator of the College Fully Funded program. And in this program, we help students find, apply, and get into college with full funding so that they can avoid debt as much as possible. So what we're going to do is to just try to reminisce and celebrate. So Tolu is one of our prospective transfer students, but I'm just going to let Tolu introduce himself.
Oh, okay. So my name is Tolu Ademola. I applied as a transfer student from Penn State as a freshman, and next fall I'll be going to Harvard University.
Yay!
Yes.
I can't say that enough.
You need to own it. Like, it's still like, is this happening? I'm going to Harvard University. You need to say it. Yeah. It's yours.
I know.
Now.
I had to send a message to say, I don't know if you understand that
Exactly.
you got into two of the best colleges in the world.
In the world. Yeah.
In the world.
Yes. In the world. Yeah.
In the world. So FYI.
Mm-hmm.
All right, go ahead, Tutu, tell us who you are.
Okay, of course. My name is Tutu Ademola, and I'm Tolu and his mom. And of course, if I look at the journey from where we started to where we are now, or should I say, okay, how my part, crossed with Dr. Faith. I think it was one weekend, sometime last year. When was it? Yeah, last year. And so I think it was a post, someone put up a post and say, I think it was a women group, women with their own money or something like that, that put in about a business you do or whatever. So I think Dr. Faith posted there, and randomly it just came up on my, it came up. And I then saw, what she was offering, what she was doing. I'm like, oh my God, this is exactly what we were looking for, right? I was looking for, a trusted hand who is not just saying I can provide a guidance support, but somebody who has experienced it before, because there's a difference in you saying you know how to do this, plus you've lived the experience, right? They're two different perspectives. So I was glad when I saw it. I said, oh, okay, wow, interesting. Then I read about it. Then I looked up and I said, okay, I'm sure. Should we go for this? Then I spoke to Tolu about it. Then after a while, then I looked up Dr. Faith, and I said, oh, she's actually an associate professor at Moravian University, right? Mm-hmm. Then I looked her up and said, oh, okay, yes. She does not only have gone through this, she's also in the education sector. So she definitely knows her stuff. So anyway, that was how I reached out. I think I then reached out through an inbox to say, okay, I would like to connect, and this is it. And anyway, from there to now, and this is where we are. If I look at, the situation we were at that point in time, because Toluani moved to the US in between, like in the thick of the pandemic, when it was in 2020. He moved in, I think, about April, May. We were living in England before. We all had to relocate here as a family, right? He stayed back a bit to try and get his GCSE done. But when pandemic happened, we had to get him here to the States. So initially when we got here, there was so much confusion about, the education system here. I would say when we met you, then he started to get the guidance. We were able to, bring his best foot out, be able to explain the, the education background, be able to, tell them exactly, not just there's a difference in you having the experience, but you able to articulate what you can bring to the table. So I would say this is what the program helped him to do. He was able to articulate what he was bringing to them. And considering that all his experience was back in the UK, I think it's a different perspective from here. So you need to know exactly what they're expecting, and you be able to, portray and, all your success story and what you've done in the past. So I'm glad. We're glad. The whole family is glad. I don't know if you need to listen to the video the day we opened the decision at home. Oh my goodness.
I need to see that. You need to send me a copy of that.
The next day, my voice was gone because I literally screamed my head off.
Because Harvard didn't post an official day for when they were gonna post decisions. We're just in the kitchen, we're getting dinner ready, and I see on my phone, oh, status update from Harvard. I'm like, what?
Then he told me, oh, Mom, there's a status update. I said, okay. Do you want to open? He said, Mom, let's have dinner first. Then I can open. I said, why? Let's open. At that point in time, I said, you know what, Tolu, whatever the decision is, yeah, this is good. You already have Cornell. You're in a good place. If this comes, it's an addition, right? If otherwise, you've put in your best. So don't worry, whatever it is, we have Cornell. And I think you also had Union at that point in time. So I said, okay, it was fine. Then literally, we went to his laptop. We said, Mom, do you want to click the open? I said, no, it's yours. Go ahead. It was a funny scene. Then he said, Mom, don't record it. Just let me open this myself. So my phone was just by myself. At the moment he clicked open, the confetti, where you have the stars and everything. Just blew up. Everybody just started to spray with the house because we couldn't believe it. We couldn't. Then I took out my phone and decided to record, right? But it was good. It was good. It was really good. We were also glad. And I just started to say, oh God, I am an avid mom now. Then his dad would say, oh, I'm an avid dad. It was fun. Thank God.
I mean, it's amazing. It's like literally life. It's funny you're describing that. It's literally life changing. That